Welcome back to Liberty Tree Gaming. We are returning to Kingdom Come Deliverance II because the final DLC has finally been released. It is Mystery Ecclesia. I think I'm saying that right. Could be wrong. And I've also not played the previous DLC, the Legacy of the Forge. So I want to get these both in. Otherwise my playthrough of KCD2 is not complete. So we're gonna load in. I've not loaded KCD2 other than a test of the mod that I've made, the clean vulgar text and audio, and I've got it updated for the latest release. So let's go ahead and load in together and see what happens. Last exit save was on July the 1st. Oh, it's been a while. Considering it's November 11th now. I don't know if it's going to do any sort of pop-ups when I load in. There was one on the screen when I booted the game for the first time. We'll see. Nope, doesn't look like it. We are back here at the Devil's Den, I believe is the name of this place. Let's check out our gear. And I think I'm rocking the, yes, Henry's Reforged Sword, which is excellent. 169. All right, yeah. All right, pretty happy so far. Looking good, looking good. I love that shield. And we have a journal with no quest. There's no quest. Let's look at the map and see what we can find here. Now we have a quest right there, huh? I think that's the one we tried to do before and we could not. Boy, it's been a while. All right, so here we go. We've got some quests going up over here. Got that activity, which is probably the tournament. Then Mystery Ecclesia and Legacy of the Forge. I think that we're going to start the Legacy of the Forge first. Now I've not watched anybody play through it, but I have seen a review, non-spoiler review. Thank you, Neon Knight. Appreciate that. Of both of these. So I kind of know that when I do this, there are things that it's like you have to do stuff every day to build up your reputation or something like that. So we're going to go that way and check those out. I think those are just Fight Club things, right? It looks like it probably is. All right, so we'll head over here to the forge and see what happens. It's a Thunder Horse. Yes. Good horse. Good phantom horse. Ghost Pebbles. Now, I am undoubtedly going to really stink at combat in this because I've been playing KCD1 and the block key is different. In fact, I want to look. Let's look at the keybinds. Keybind controls. There we go. LB is quick reply and trigger is to attack. RB is unlock in combat. That is different. It's blocking. think it was to attack. You maybe attack. Trying to remember the Master Strike. I don't know. We'll get it. What time is it? Oh, KCD1, I could do that. I could check the time while on a horse. Alright, well, let's just go. We have a fast horse, so we'll ride quickly. And we'll go to here? Sure. Ambush, we're gonna avoid. Got no reason to stop. Yeah, we'll stop. Traveling merchant. Practically here.
You silly doggy.
You silly doggy. Where is said traveling merchant?
Why the long face?
Oh, I've just got this nasty
I'm
premonition.
sorry. What premonition?
I've got a barrel of ale at home. I'm afraid it'll go bad on me soon. Someone should really do something about it.
Okay, where is this merchant? Traveling merchant.
But what a friend for is not to help you.
The horse there. Should really watch out.
Greetings, sir.
Yep, that's gonna get me repeatedly. As the mount horse button is different.
Nice and slow.
Horse speed limit. Alright, well, I didn't see the merchant, so we'll just leave her. Oh, right there. This place.
This place seems familiar.
Yeah, it seems familiar. Let's start the DLC, I guess.
Henry, look. I spent the happiest years of my life in this forge.
It's Pa.
It's such a shame to see the old place just left like that to... Henry! Stop that. Come on, we still have to go to the market.
Henry, you're terrible.
Looking for something, lad?
I was just...
You won't find nothing here no more. Let's move along.
Okay, I could.
Forgive me. It's just that... I remember this forge from my childhood. When I was a boy, my pa, Martin, brought me here.
Wait, Martin? My husband had an apprentice called Martin. That was your pa?
Sure, yes.
Unfortunately, he died.
I'm sorry to hear
What a
that.
weird answer.
My God. Martin's adult son? Time really does fly.
Well, he told me back then he spent the best years of his life here.
Aye, aye. Those were good times, true enough. What's your name, lad?
Henry.
Anyway,
I'm Magdalena. It's a pleasure, Henry. Care to come inside for a chat? I've a fresh pot of soup on the stove if you're hungry.
absolutely. I'd be a fool to refuse.
Can't refuse an offer like that.
Glad
Free
to hear.
food
Come with me, then.
from a strange lady.
I'm glad you like it.
Just like Ma used to make.
Back when your pa used to apprentice here, my Scottish forge was the finest in Kuttenberg. Only then out of the blue he fell ill and I lost him. Everything's been downhill since then. His apprentices left and the Blacksmiths Guild couldn't decide who to assign the forge to. Before they could make a decision, the forge's attic burnt down. I was visiting my sister in Bushek at the time. She's with the Lord now too, poor thing. I was left here all alone, on jointure. This room is the only one that stayed unscathed for the most part.
Okay. How did your husband get ill? Sure.
How did your husband get ill?
Out of the blue. He started coughing, got weak, then lay down, and never got up again. It wasn't the plague, but something nasty nonetheless.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What can you do? Such is life,
Blacksmith's
lad.
lung. Who knows?
Did Martin really not want to take over his own forge?
He was just a lad at the time, and taking over a forge is no easy feat. The guild has its own rules and who to assign it to.
How did the forge's attic burn down?
How do you think? Someone set it ablaze? Hard to say if it was just some brats or those good-for-nothings from the hole. That's the watering hole next door. But it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
we know about the
Never called
hole.
anyone. All that came of it is that nobody's wanted the forge for 20 years. But look at me rambling on. I'm sure you're not interested in the rantings of some old crone.
Yeah, sure I am.
I am interested.
It's kind of you to say that. I keep trying to explain to the guild that it's not a lost cause. We just need someone who will bring this place back up. But it's like talking to a stone wall year after year. The guildmasters are too worried about their own business to listen to me. But I'm convinced if we were to find a talented blacksmith, the workshop could be as beautiful as a chapel, like when my old Scotta used to run it.
I could be that blacksmith.
I could be that blacksmith.
Yeah, I
You're a
could.
blacksmith, like
Yeah.
Papa? Christ, of course you are. I should have known. It only makes sense after all.
I can get my hands on some coin. And you're right. Such a famous forge shouldn't be left to fall by the wayside.
If you were to take it over, that would be wonderful. Only you'll have to talk to the guild about it first. They make the rules. I reckon Master Bushek
Those
has
guilds.
the most common sense when it comes to
They're
this
always
place.
causing trouble.
He might be able to help. He has an armourer's workshop in the town hall quarter. Hopefully he'll hear you out.
I'll try and talk to him. Thanks for the
Be
seed.
worth a try.
Good luck to you, Henry.
Didn't even eat any Henry. That's rude. Adept. Well, let's look at Adept. Journal. In Kuttenberg, I found a ruined forge, which is historically connected to my father, Martin. I'll try to take charge of it. Came across an old burnt-down forge in Kuttenberg that brought back old memories. When I was little, I came to the city with my father, who told me he spent the most beautiful years of his life here. I was interrupted from my reminiscing by an old woman. Turns out she's the widow of blacksmith Skoda, whom Martin apprenticed with. Her name is Magdalena. She was very open with me and lamented the shameful state of the forge, which the Kuttenberg Blacksmiths Guild doesn't want to do anything about. When I offered to try and help, she sent me to see one of the masters, Bushek the Elder, in his forge across from the Astronomical clock tower, so that we could work out terms for taking over the forge. Okay. So that clock tower, that's, well, I mean, clearly they're going to mark it for me, right? I think it's like right here. Oh yeah, right there is the master. Okay. Now, in case you've not seen my playthrough before, I do play with some mods in place. One of which is one that I created called Clean Vulgar Text and Audio. Cleans up the text, the subtitles, and the audio. And you few others that are just convenience items, mostly for playing on YouTube.
Look what I have for you.
Let's feed you. Would you like some trout? Gotta love on the dog. And let's see. Horse. Man, this game looks so good.
Easy. Easy. Nice and slow.
Sorry, I'm getting used to this horse. A little different. So there's the clock.
Bailiff of Kuttenberg and the council as a whole are looking for volunteers to repair the city walls. Many of you have gone to complain. The most merciful King Sigismund.
There was a Codex entry on that clock. Let's try to find it. Be locations? Maybe. Astronomical clock, right there. In the High Middle Ages, commoners measured time by listening to the regular tolling of church bells and observing the sun's position in the sky. Although these methods were sufficient for maintaining the daily rhythm of human society, they became unsatisfactory for burghers and nobles eager for new technologies and greater precision. Significant advances in clockmaking can be traced to the late 13th century and early 14th centuries in larger European cities such as Westminster, Nuremberg, Paris, Florence, and Bruges. This period saw the emergence of the first tabletop clocks and more complex timekeeping mechanisms, which swiftly captivated courtly circles. Particular attention was soon drawn to the so-called horloge, astronomical clock, from Latin horologium. By means of rotating celestial spheres, they showed not only the time, but also the motion of the sun, moon, and stars. Various types of astronomical clocks existed, distinguished by different arrangements of mechanical components. Among the best known was the Italian type, consisting of a system of 3 concentric wheels with a small sphere in the center representing Earth. This invention was constructed in 1364 by Master Giovanni di Dondi for the Palazzo del Capitano in Padua, and was the main inspiration for KCD2. Beyond their practical function in city life, clocks were admired for their craftsmanship, ornamentation, sound, and impressive size. They were usually installed on key municipal buildings, often town halls, to be visible to citizens, although few could actually read them. Although there is no astronomical clock in Kuttenberg today, records in the oldest surviving municipal ledger from 1375 point to one located on the tower of the old town hall and mentioned in relation to repairs.
Won't permit us to repair the walls, you claim. But here you see, that's nonsense. The king's only concern is our fair city's well-being. And he's
yeah, whatever.
We might ever rebel against him, you understand?
Definitely not afraid of that. Alright, so in here.
Greetings. I hope you're not just here to dry off.
At your service, sir.
My,
Master Bushek?
Aye?
I'm Henry of Skalitz. I'm interested in Master Skoda's old burnt-down forge. I spoke to his widow, Magdalena, about it.
For Christ's sake. She didn't pull you in off the street, did she? The mad old crone?
Has she done this before?
More
Probably.
or less.
Old age must be sad. All I can tell you about the forge is the same thing I tell Magdalena when she bothers me about it. Even getting the building back into its original state would mean pouring a fortune into it.
I'd take care of the money.
Aye. But only a member of the Kuttenberg Blacksmiths Guild can work the trade around here. And you're not a member.
Could I join the guild?
It's not that simple. The guild is a private society made up of Kuttenberg burghers, and the other masters aren't too trusting when it comes to outsiders. So I reckon they won't be too keen on the idea.
Like, seriously, I drove out Sigismund. They should trust me.
How could I convince them?
That's hard to say. But maybe you'll make a good impression. But first, you'll be required to meet 3 conditions.
Which are?
First, you have to come from a respectable family. Second, you have to have blacksmithing experience. And
Yeah.
third, you'll have to compete the guild trial.
Really?
Tell me, blacksmith, what sort of family do you come from? And what's your work experience?
Oh, yeah, definitely that's the right option. My father was Blacksmith
Not
Martin.
only do I come from a respectable family, but a blacksmith's family too. You probably knew my father.
Oh? Where would I know him from?
From here. His name was Martin, and he used to be old Skoda's apprentice.
Wait, Martin? Your pa is Frisky Martin?
Oh,
Frisky.
Oh, hey, of course, Frisky. We used to call him that because, well, that doesn't matter. How's he doing these days?
he's dead.
Afraid he's no longer with us. He was killed during the raid on Skalitz.
Christ. I'm very sorry to hear that. When I knew him, he seemed like a good bloke and quite a talented swordsmith. Some of the masters were good friends of his. They were the same age at that time. To tell you the truth, that will likely affect your chances as a contender. As Frisky's son, you'll have a great opportunity to make an impression. So you'd better make the most of it.
Oh, I got it. It's good. I mean, both are true, but probably did most of the blacksmithing here under Radovan.
As far as experience, I worked for Master Radovan of Takov. I'm sure he'd be happy to confirm it.
Takov? Takov? I don't even know where that is, to tell you the truth.
The finest forge in the Trotsky region. Lord von Berghoff himself had his sword forged there.
Von Berghoff, the Royal Chamberlain? Can you prove you're not making it up?
Should I go and get a letter of recommendation from him?
No need. I'll trust you.
Okay, good.
But if the other masters happen to ask, be ready for anything. It seems answering questions about your family and experience won't give you trouble. Now for the most important part. Are you ready for the guild trial?
What does the guild trial involve?
The guild trial consists of a verbal exam and a practical exam. First, you'll have to answer a few tricky questions from my colleagues. And after that, you'll forge a sword to the best of your abilities right before their eyes. Of course, the trial comes at a small fee for each try.
For each try,
Well then.
of course.
Do you feel up to it?
200. Well, let's ask these questions first.
What does the verbal exam entail?
In short, all the basics every good blacksmith should know. Can you read, at least a little?
I can. Quite well, in fact.
Glad to hear it. Everything you need to know is neatly laid out in this handbook on blacksmithing. And for a small fee, I'd be happy to sell it to
Of
you.
course. Yeah, I'll take the
I'm
book.
interested in the handbook.
Here it is. You won't regret it.
All right, we'll go read the
Not
book.
ready for it yet.
Then go and brush up. And no slacking.
Yeah, so one of the mods I have makes the carry weight of books 0. So, just in case you were wondering, that's why I have all of these books that are 0 weight. On the blacksmithing craft, I think that was it, right? Okay, it's not too bad. On the blacksmith's craft, also called the black art. Blacksmith's craft enjoyed great respect and recognition since ancient times. It is no coincidence that some pagan deities such as Svarog were said by legend to be creators of the world and were also credited with a divine smithing skill. Blacksmiths were honored for their strength, skill, wisdom, and above all, for the power they wielded over fire. Masters of this craft held a dignity usually reserved only for village elders and representatives of the church. Forging itself resembles an act of creation in its very essence. The element of fire, during the blacksmith's act, permeates the material, and the smith's hand, through the hammer, shapes from that matter an object that gains a new purpose through the act. Understanding the power of fire is therefore truly essential to the blacksmith's craft. A master blacksmith should pay attention to the nuances of color, which indicate the state of the material and whether the work is progressing properly. Best time to work the piece is when it is heated to a straw yellow hue. Another sign of proper use of fire is the sparks. During forging, they indicate a correct strike. During heating in the forge, they warn against overheating the material. Another important aspect of working metal is regularity, rhythm of hammer blows. A proven way to maintain the correct tempo is the blacksmith's typical melodic whistling. If the forging is done properly, the emerging product gradually changes shape into its final form. The last step of the blacksmith's work is then the heating and quenching of the finished item. Towns blacksmiths gather in smithing guilds whose purpose is not only to raise the social prestige of craftsmen, but also to oversee the quality of products and materials used. Customers should feel confident that a blacksmith belonging to such a guild is a guarantee of good work at a fair price. This motto therefore be an imperative for every blacksmith, whether still an apprentice or already a master. For many reasons, the blacksmith's craft may be considered the most useful of all to humankind, and honoring its traditions and principles is a duty for anyone who works near the anvil or seeks to follow the blacksmith's path. I mean, this seems straightforward enough. Can I take that? And it looks pretty nice. All right, let's do it.
About the guild trial.
Yes?
I'm ready.
Great. But I'm afraid we're not. It will take some time to get things ready. We'll meet tomorrow at noon below the astronomical clock on the square. I'll take you to the guild forge, where the trial will take place. And one more thing. If you'd like, you can wait for the trial here. Just say the word. But first, I reckon you should take a look in that handbook.
Talk about the guild?
Why was Magdalena bothering you about the smithy?
She's used to sticking her nose into everything. Even guild matters that aren't her concern. Old Skoda, may the Lord grant him eternal rest, always tolerated it. She probably doesn't want to live out her years in her ruin. And I understand that. On the other hand, it was her choice. We offered her a cottage elsewhere, but she wouldn't hear of it. Said that was her home.
Alright, well, was Martin called Frisky?
Why did they call Martin Frisky?
Truth be told, I don't know. Master Skoda came up with it, and it just stuck. He probably called him that because Martin was always hopping around full of ideas, and never hesitated to act on them, whatever sort of ideas they may have been. We weren't terribly close, what with the age difference. But Martin had a bright future ahead of him. That much was clear to everyone in the guild. He could have become one of us one day. But for whatever reason, he chose another path.
What exactly happened with the fire at Skoda's smithy?
That was a tangled affair. I still can't quite make sense of it. Fires can start on their own sometimes, from the weather and such. But it had been rainy for days. Widow Magdalena was out of town, staying with her sister, I think. So the place wasn't being watched, and no one saw anything. Naturally, the city watch looked into it as suspected arson. But they never found the culprit. I don't even remember anyone pointing fingers. In the end, it was written off as an unfortunate accident.
Okay. Well, tell me something about yourself.
Tell me a bit about yourself, Master Bushek.
I'm not that interesting. Not much worth telling, really. They call me Bushek the Elder, because my son's taken up the armourer's trade as well. Though he's moved to Prague now. I've been in the guild nearly 30 years. I've seen it rise and falter, and constant feuds between the masters. If I've learned anything in that time, it's that there's an answer to every question and a cure for every pain. I try to live by that.
All right, tell me about Skoda.
I'd like to know more about old Skoda.
He was a true master, trained in the Empire and in Italy, and always sought to improve. He was known for his versatility. He forged swords, armor, even ornamental grills for buildings. Besides making top-quality work, he also handled relations between the guild and the town. They'd never been better. Sadly, he fell ill and passed away far too soon. We lost a great man.
All right, well, let's wait for this
I'd
trial.
like to wait here for the trial.
Very well, then. We have plenty of room.
Waiting until the next day. We'll see how this goes.
Should we get going?
I believe it's high time. Don't even bother looking at that old clock of ours. It's been stuck for 30 years. It seems all the other masters are looking forward to what Frisky's son can do. You'd better make a good impression. Come now, the guild forge isn't far. We'll just pass through the lower market and we're there. Did you get a chance to study the handbook?
Of course.
Mind if I test your knowledge a bit along the way? Are sparks a good sign while forging?
While forging, yes.
They're a good sign.
I'm afraid not. It was a trick question. If sparks fly while you're hammering, it's a good sign. Whereas if you're heating the workpiece, it's a bad one. I have one more question.
I'm sorry.
Why do blacksmiths whistle while they're hammering?
For the rhythm.
Exactly. It's so they can keep rhythm. At least you got this one right. I reckon it wouldn't hurt to take another peek in the handbook before the trial. A good blacksmith should never stop learning. That too is important to our guild. I have a number of designs in my armor smithy that I collected on my travels throughout the kingdom.
Oh, yeah?
It's quite a unique collection.
I'll snap you like a
And
twig.
the best part is,
You can try.
I'm happy to share it with others. Stop by any time.
apologize.
Learn to make something new. Your customers will surely appreciate it, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Your trial still awaits. Just a little further now.
So when he asked about the forging, like I thought the forging is when you're hitting it with a hammer, which is when you want to see the sparks, not when you're heating the metal. But you don't want to see the sparks then. So kind of a bad question. Well, let's see how we do.
Are you ready for the trial?
Junge.
Well then,
Show us
are
what
you
you've
ready
got,
for the
lad.
trial?
Ready? We can begin.
Honored friends, masters of the Blacksmiths Guild, let me introduce the newest adept of the Master's Trial, Henry of Scarlet's.
So, this is old Frisky's lad. I can hardly believe it.
You drunk?
But I do not
think
see
he's drunk.
much of a resemblance.
Vielleicht ein wenig.
I do not see it.
Aye, aye, frisky here, frisky there. All that talk about not taking in outsiders, and now you've gone and flipped it all around.
Martin was a good bloke and an excellent swordsmith. If Henry here is anything like him, he'd be a welcome addition to the guild.
Genau, genau.
Look, I didn't know this frisky fella of yours. I'm more interested to see what the lad can do than who his pa was.
We'll see what he can do shortly. Just to be clear, let me repeat what the trial entails. In the first part, the verbal examination, he will receive 3 questions. He must answer all 3 of them correctly in order to pass. If he makes a single mistake, this part of the exam is considered failed.
Don't ask a bad
Get
question.
a chance to correct himself. After the verbal examination comes the practical one, where our adept skills will be tested.
And if he is successful, he'll become one of us.
Let's begin with the first part of the
Dude
trial.
is wasted.
Who would like to ask Henry the first question?
What's the final step before completing a piece?
Winch.
quenching the workpiece in a barrel.
That's correct.
Richtig.
Let's move on to the second.
How about... Why do blacksmiths whistle while they work?
To keep the rhythm.
To keep rhythm.
Correct.
At least that.
Last question.
Tell me, mein Anhänger, what is the Farbe of a correct heated workpiece?
Straw yellow.
Straw yellow.
That's right.
Wunderbar.
You answered all 3 questions correctly. Now, just to complete the practical exam, Henry, your task will be to forge a guild sword
It's been
right
like
in front of our eyes.
4 months
Here's
since
the
I've
design
played.
for it, as well as
I've
the
done forging.
material.
And I'm going straight to
I'm sure you know
straight
what
to
to
a
do
final
with them.
exam.
Viel Glück. Let's see what you can do, young Frisky.
Let's see, then.
Right. Want to look at the journal next here. Let's see. Bushek brought me to the guild forge for the trial. I talked to Bushek and started the trial. After attending the oral exam, I'll face a practical one, which consists of forging a guild sword, best possible quality. All right, then. Well, you know what we need to do? We need to drink some Asheva schnapps. If I can find some. Well, that's nice that they do that automatically in here. I don't think they used to do that. Why am I holding that weapon? Guess because that's there. That's the pole arm down there. Okay. A lot of people.
Excuse me.
Alright, let's see what we can do. What sword was I supposed to make? Hold on. Oh. Hey, prestige. Okay. Masters of the blacksmith trade earn renown based on their reputation of their forge. The greater the blacksmith prestige, the more sought after his wares become, and the more influence he holds within the burger community of Kuttenberg. Prestige also helps the master blacksmith acquire better equipment for his forge and allows him to furnish his home with more luxurious items. That's what we're going to have to work on getting up through doing all of this stuff. Forge the guild sword. Forging a guild sword of the best possible quality. Okay. Swords. Blacksmith's Guild. There we are. Longsword forged as part of the Kuttenberg Blacksmith's Guild entry trial, primarily used for ceremonial purposes. Right, let's try this then.
Konzentrieren.
Alright, let's blow.
Jetzt vorsichtig.
Take a look at that.
And to the anvil. Hope that's good enough. It looks alright.
Let's see, then.
Stärker. Komm schön.
It looks like the lad has a firm grip.
Hitting some dead spots. Go back to the forge. not even gonna move like low. I'm just gonna move it around a little bit, and we'll go back.
Genau.
Oof.
Oof. Why oof? All right, let's rotate. I don't think it's gonna matter.
Just like Martin.
Come on now. Any day now. The forge. No, it's gotten too cold.
Konzentrieren.
Jetzt vorsichtig.
Nothing special, so take a look at that.
Gotta be close, right?
Now we just have to temper it.
One
Bring
hit.
it here. Sofort.
Well, let's see how we did. I couldn't just show my reforged Henry sword. Guess it might not. They might say I might not have done it, so. Quality 3. Guess that works.
All done.
Let's see what you made. Excellent, Henry. Good work. I'm glad you didn't disappoint. Honored friends, masters of the Blacksmith's Guild, Henry of Skalitz has successfully completed the trial. Let us head for the guild hall for the acceptance ceremony.
Master of the Blacksmith's Guild passed the trial and became a master blacksmith.
After successfully fulfilling all requirements, I'm proud to announce our guild has grown by a new member. Approach Henry of Skalitz. Kneel.
Okay. There wasn't this much ceremony when I joined the Swordmaster Guild.
On your honor, and by God Almighty, that you will defend the interests of the Blacksmith's Guild of Kuttenberg.
I swear.
Swear for the second time that you will protect all secrets entrusted to you by the Guild.
I swear.
And swear for the third time that you will always act honestly and God-fearingly to spread the esteem of our guild among the people.
I swear.
Now hang your guild sword next to those of the other masters. Now just the final step. Hang it up.
All right, then. Here you go.
Welcome to the guild, Henry. It's now up to you to say a few words.
I will become your leader. Let's go with this
Following
one.
in my father's footsteps. Even as a lad, when I watched him by the forge, I wanted to be just like him. A real master blacksmith. Today, thanks to you, my dream has come true. And here in Kuttenberg, where Pa spent the best years of his life, I like to think he'd be proud of me.
He would be, without a doubt. In any case, from this day forward, Henry is to take over Skoda's forge and repair it. He therefore acquires the right to use it with one obligation, and that is the accommodation of the widow Magdalena. The guild grants her jointure after the death of her husband. That will be your responsibility now, Henry.
That won't be for much longer anyway.
That's rude.
She's a kind woman. I'll be happy to help her.
We'll see about that, once she goes poking her nose into everything at the forge.
It sounds like you have your work cut out for you, Henry. But like all hard work, the results will surely be worth it. The ceremony is now over.
There's one thing to discuss.
Okay, Blacksmith Prestige shows you're standing in the guild, and raising it unlocks new equipment and upgrades for your forge. Alright.
We have to finish sorting out the shipments.
Excuse me?
I don't like you, sir. You're a rude little dude. Where'd the old man go? I can talk to him.
It was good to see you, my friend.
Statutes of the Blacksmith's Guild that I can steal, huh?
I told you you'd make it.
Okay. Well, guys, we've done it. We've joined the forge, the Blacksmith's Guild. We have a forge. Let's drink to that. So yeah, I think in the next episode, we'll go down there and start repairing it. So I hope you're enjoying. It feels good to be back in KCD2. Such a lovely game. And it just feels so smooth compared to KCD1. It's hard to explain, but it really does feel good. So yeah, we'll pick it up from here next time. Let's get out of here.
Aye?
Oh.
Was that you?
My bad.
Never mind then.
Okay, made it out without getting arrested.
The finest wares.
There's my puppy. So yeah, we'll go to the forge and rebuild it in the next one. So until then, be good.
You're always welcome here, good sir.
Wonderful pay for a wonderful purchase.
Here you go. Take it.
God bless. Thank you.
We've got enough.
Aye, aye.
Figured it out.
Silly doggy.